right. Shalom, shalom. We're going to turn and face the east. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. All praise and double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who brought out this truth many, many years ago and still to this day preaching us this truth. I'm going to say shalom to all the true believers, the men and the women that's learning, teaching, and seeking the Lord out with all sincerity and due diligence. I'm going to say to all shalom. Just back another lesson real quick. And we're going to get straight into it, man. I seen a couple articles. That's what we're going to grab first. And which inspired me to do this lesson. And it's called the Big Payback. Right? Because America has done so many different things to all these different nations. He has oppressed the Lord's people, held us into captivity for years and years and years at a time. So now it's time for him to get his big payback, man. It's time for him to get what he's done to everybody else and what he's done to the whole world. Everybody's drinking of his wine. You know, he's a great big influencer of wickedness and sin. So it's important that, you know, that he get his in return just like he's done to us, right? So first article I want to grab. And it says breaking, it says Israel has detected Egyptian military buildup in Sinai, asks Trump administration to pressure Egypt to scale down the buildup. So you see all these different, the Lord is allowing all these different nations to build up their military, man. You know, because for years, America has been the bully. For years, America has been, had the best military in the world. Nobody could destroy America. You know what I'm saying? America won the wars, World War I, World War II, but Third World coming quickly. He will not win this war, man. Right? And it's another one too. And it says, Justin, it says Pakistan signs defense pact allowing its nuclear weapons to become available to Saudi Arabia. You see? So all these different nations are teaming up with each other against Esau, Edom, the so-called white men in America, man, to destroy this place. The Lord is allowing these people to build up their military, build up their nuclear military, you know, build up their military might so they can shoot these nukes over here at America to help destroy it. Because the Lord is going to give these nations the anger and his fury to destroy this nation, man, to destroy America, right? Here's another one. Trump says he wants to return the U.S. troops to Afghanistan. Why? Because he see that Afghanistan and Egypt and them over there is building up their military, man. And it says, by the way, we are going to go back there. It's located at an hour drive from where China produces its nuclear weapons. So that's what Trump is scared of. They know what the big payback is all about. They know that after all the times they've done this thing, that it's going to come back to them. These elites know, right? What else? I think I got one more, and it says right here, another one about Egypt and the Ishmael. It says, Egypt proposes forming a unified Arab defense force similar to NATO to safeguard Arab nations under threat. See that? So they all teaming up with each other, man, to come up against the great big horde. And who is that great big horde? That's America, aka Babylon the Great, right? Because Babylon has been bullying these people for so many years, man. You know, going to different people's countries, stealing their natural resources, stealing their gold, their food, raping the women, raping the children, killing the men, you know, and setting up shop, putting sanctions on their different countries. And, you know, and they gained a lot of their wealth by extortion, by rape, robbing, and murder, and extortion and whatnot, right? So this is what the Lord says. We're going to grab the first precept. We're going to grab it out of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9 through 10, and it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And that's the point, man. These nations that, you know, were considered weak at one point and were considered helpless at one point and depended on America, you know, for their defense or for their resources, whatever the case may be. Now the Lord is giving them the spirit to ramp up their military over the years. Now the Lord is giving the spirit to ramp up their military over the years, man. You know, they build up their nuclear sites. They'll build up their army guns and their military and artillery and all that stuff. They prepared, man. The Bible says, prepare the among He says, prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. So all the mighty men, all the power of these different nations, they're ramping up, man. They get ready to come against this place, right? It said, let all men draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak say, I am strong, man. So like I said, the nations that was once considered weak, that was once considered that couldn't hang with America, the Lord is now putting the spirit on them to ramp up their military might, right? And see, the Lord is going to bring this place down to make it desolate because of all the different things that America has done to these different nations and to the Lord's people, it's only fair that America gets its return, man. The big payback, right? So now we're gonna grab Jeremiah chapter 59 through 15 out of NLT. And it says, "For I am rising up a great army of nations from the north." You see that? It says, "They will join forces to attack Babylon, and she will be captured." See, and that's the whole point, man. The Lord is ranking up these nations to bring down Babylon, man. Right? And it says, "The enemy's arrows will go straight to the mark." It says, "The enemy's arrows will go straight to the mark. They will not miss." And what's those arrows? That's those arrows of indignation, man. You know, there's nuclear missiles, right? Because like I said, what he said, "Let the weak say I am strong." All these different nations that was considered to have the military might that, you know, America has. The Lord has put the spirit on them to finally gain access to nuclear missiles, to building nuclear missiles, to more heavy military might, man, to come up against America, right? So again, let's continue. And it says, "They will join forces to attack Babylon, and she will be captured. The enemy's arrows will go straight to the mark. They will not miss." So they're not going to miss this place, man. This place has to be desolate. It has to be cleansed because all the wickedness and sin that America promotes. You know, this place promotes, while Yahweh promotes nothing but life, America promotes nothing but death. Everything that you have access to in America leads to death. The cell phones, all the radiation and stuff that goes through your body, the microwaves, the air fryers, the food that we eat, the air that we breathe, the water we drink, toilet paper, toilet tissue, dental floss, you know, tampons for women, anything, the medicine that they give us, man, all that is shit is shit to create us, to take us away from our power and to kill us, man, right? So America has to be destroyed. It's just like Sodom and Gomorrah, all this alphabet, LGBTQ bullshit. The Lord is not with that, man, so this place has to constantly be cleansed, man, right? And how is it going to get cleansed? It's going to get cleansed. She will be captured. The enemy's arrows are going to be cleansed by them arrows of indignation, man. What's those arrows of indignation? Like I said, that's those nuclear missiles. America will be destroyed by fire. Them nuclear missiles are going to hit its mark and it will not miss, right? Verse 10, it says, "Babylonia will be looted until the attackers are glutted with loot." So this place is going to be ramsacked. Just how America go to different countries and ramsack their gold, ramsack other people's oils. This place is going to happen the same way, right? So America will be destroyed and be looted, just like they looted all these different nations, man. Even right here, look, I got another article. It's going to show you the downfall of America, right? I got another article out of the People's Voice. It says, "California officially declared America's poorest state." And it says, "California has officially been declared America's poorest state, tying Louisiana for the highest poverty rate at staggering 7 million residents. 17.7% of the population languish below the poverty line in 2024. So this is the place that y'all trust in, man. This is the place that y'all put y'all trust in. You know, these people can sit up here and boast and give you a name, but yet they can't even help the homeless out here, man. They can't even help their poor because all the tax dollars is going over there to Israel, over there to Ukraine, right? It's not going to help this place, but this is the place you trust, and you think this place is going to help you when they're not even helping the homeless. It says staggering 7 million residents. 7 million residents in California is considered homeless, man. That's fucking insane, man. You know, and that's the world we live in. And that's why I said America is nothing but a third world country, and that's wearing the Gucci belt. A little good on the outside. You hear about the American dream, but yet when you get here, it's nothing but one big fucking nightmare. You know what I'm saying? You got homeless people coming from overseas to come over to America to have a better homeless life. What kind of shit is that to have, man? You know, who wants to fucking live their life like that? But that's why America has to get destroyed, because all of the false hope that they give these people, all of the lies, all of the oppression that they put on these people, man. Right? That's why this place has to get hit with them nukes. They blaspheming the names of the Lord. They're coming against the Lord's people, constantly oppressing the people. All about the alphabet community. They supporting that. They supporting the alphabet community over the Lord's chosen people, man. Over the people that's more important than anybody else on this earth, and that's the Lord's elect, right? But we're gonna continue. Again, verse 10: Babylonia will be looted until the attackers are glutted with loot. So they're gonna be looted. They're gonna be ramsacked, man, just like they ramsacked all these different nations. 11: you rejoice and are glad. You who plundered my chosen people. So look how they did the Native American people, man. You know what I'm saying? They raped, robbed, and murdered. Christopher Columbus said he couldn't put his sword down for an hour, man. Slaughtering those Native Americans, right? And it says, you rejoice, you are glad, you plundered my chosen people. That's the elect. You'll frisk about like a calf in the meadow and neigh like a stallion. But your homeland will be overwhelmed with shame and disgrace. See, America's going to get put to shame. It's going to get put to disgrace because everybody looks at this place as the greatest country of the earth. But the Lord is going to allow everybody to see the greatest country on the earth get fucking destroyed by nuclear missiles. Everybody's going to see America get destroyed, man. Everybody's going to see this place come down, fall, because it has to happen. Everybody got too much trust in this place. People trusted America and trusting the military might, trusting Donald Trump, and trusting all these different guys more than they trusting the Lord, man. It's only right that the Lord has to cleanse this place with nuclear missiles, right? And the people that trust in this place, you're going to die right along with it. You know what I'm saying? It says again, verse 12, but your homeland will be overwhelmed with missiles, nuclear missiles. They say 200 million plus missiles is going to be shot over here in America. And that's why Trump was talking about building that Golden Dome. That Golden Dome ain't going to do, it's going to be overwhelmed, man. Just like how when Iran was shooting them rockets and missiles over there in Israel, and that Iron Dome didn't work, it's going to be the same thing with America. America is the land with the unwalled villages, right? America thinks it can't be touched. But that's why the Lord is so great, because he's ramping up these spirits on these different nations, you know, to build up their military might. Just so you got nukes that can cruise all the way from Russia, cruise in the air, and hit his mark all the way here in America. Same thing with China, man. The technology has been ramped up through the spirit of Yahweh Shah, right? Everything goes through him. This is his movie, Yahweh Shah, right? Again, but your homeland will be overwhelmed with shame and disgrace. You will become least of the nations. So America's going to be least of the nations. Just how all these other nations was weak and small, considered small to the world, America's going to be in that same boat, right? Because right now, like I said, America has that big, great old land of the free, land of the brave. But at that time, America, land of the free, land of the brave, America's about to get demolished, man. It has to. It's only fair that America gets demolished, man, because of all the sin and wickedness that they promote. Too many people have been drinking of that wine that Babylon has put in front of us. You know what I'm saying? They want to sip on that Babylon juice. But see, the people who sipping on that Babylon juice and clinging to this place again, like I said, they will be destroyed with the nuclear missiles along with America, right? And it says, because of Yahweh's anger, it says Babylon, because of Yahweh's anger, Babylon will become a deserted wasteland. All who pass by it will be horrified and will gasp at the destruction they see there. You see, everybody's gonna be gasping about that, because nobody thinks America can be touched. Nobody thinks America can be destroyed. But the Lord, like I said, is ramping up all these different nations to build up their military might, and the nuclear missiles are gonna hit this place, man. Like I said, that's why Trump is talking about building that Golden Dome. That Golden Dome is not gonna work. That Golden Dome is gonna be overwhelmed by the nuclear missiles, man. This place is going to get destroyed, whether you believe it or not. America is going to be destroyed, man. No matter how much, you know, people don't want to believe it because, like I said, they're too comfortable here. There's too many comforts. People still got gas in the car. People still got their jobs and money is flowing. Food still in the storehouses. Water still flowing. You know, you still got football and shit on TV, video games. Everything is still normal right now. But see, when you go wake up one day and you wake up and you got martial law on your block and you can't leave your fucking house, you go to the ATM and you can't pull no money out. You go to the storehouses and these stores are half empty. You know what I'm saying? You go to the store and the loaf of bread is like $50, $50 to $100. A pack of water is like $100 to $20, $100 to $200. Then you gonna see the kind of change that the Lord is bringing upon this place, man. Right? Like I said, but nobody can see it now because America is still standing. America still looks presentable to the outside world and looks presentable to the people here. Right? A lot of people ain't knowing what the fuck is going on because America keeps you distracted. How can you trust the man that poisons your food? How can you trust the man that oppresses your people? How can you trust the man that oppressed your women, your children, and still doing it to this day, man? Right? How can you oppress anybody like that that's up against you? Y'all think because y'all got them stimulus checks, y'all on the food stamps, y'all got y'all on assistance. You know what I'm saying? That stuff is not gonna help, man. You know, it's not gonna help you. That stuff is gonna fail you in a time of trouble, man. This time is not, America's not gonna last long. It's not a leg that you can stand on here. America has no leg to stand on. It's hanging on one leg. It's hanging on by a thin thread, man. America's about to get destroyed, man. This place is not gonna be here for too long. Yahweh is on his way. Yahweh says, I come quickly. He says, yes, I am coming. Right? Lord on his way, man. Right? And these people still think that the Lord is coming back with peace. He's coming back with a kumbaya moment. He's coming back and thinking he's going to save everybody. Everybody's going to be in the heaven, hugging and kissing and celebrating. That's going to happen for the elect. Right? The 2/3 even got to get destroyed first. They got to come back as babies. They're not even going to get it right away. The elect is going to get it right away. So what the fuck makes you think that the whole world is going to get saved and get into the kingdom of heaven right away, man? It don't work like that. See, that's what I'm saying. America has been lying to you for years. Putting all these different, y'all been sipping that Babylon juice, man. The Lord says, think not that I come to set peace on earth, but a sword. That sword represents destruction and division, man. Right? It's no way in hell that this place is going to be standing any much longer, man. This place is on its last leg and nobody can see it because America's still, you know, putting that shit on the news. Oh, everything's okay. You know, everything's worried. What they say, they scream peace and safety, but yet sudden destruction, roughly paraphrasing, that's what it is, man. This is peace and safety right now. You know, everybody's, like I said, everybody's still comfortable. But soon, a sudden destruction shall come and overtake this place, man. Right? So let's continue. So, again, it says, right here, it says, we're going to start at 13 again. It's because the Lord's anger, Babylon will become a deserted wasteland. All who pass by will be horrified, will gasp at the destruction they see there. Verse 14. It says, verse 14 says, yes, prepare the attack to attack Babylon, aka America. All you surrounding nations, all these different nations, like I said, is building up their military might, their nuclear missile system, so they can come up and team up against America, because America has been a bully to these different nations for years, taking their resources, stealing their gold, stealing their oil, being greedy, putting sanctions and tariffs on all these different nations. It's only what the Lord says, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, man. It's only right that they get it back. This place is going to get destroyed just like they destroyed every other nation around the world, man. They destroyed it with sanctions and tariffs. They destroyed it with rape, robbing, and murder. So it's only fair that the same thing happens to America, right? It's only fair just how they put us into captivity. The Edomites have to go into captivity. So-called white men have to go into captivity, right? You know, and 2/3 love they white daddy, man. You know, you'll tell them someone we're going to have slaves, and they're going to say some shit like, oh, what about the white man? The reason they ask about the white men because they know deep down them motherfuckers don't deserve to be there. But yet they still be, you know, they go off, oh, forgive and forget. How the fuck can you forget some shit that's still going on? We still in captivity now under this white motherfucker, man. Still in captivity. So how the fuck can we forget when we still happening right now? It's only fair that how we built America, it's only fair that we can take them to captivity, in a righteous captivity, and they build our kingdom. Then after 1,000 years, they get evaporated off the face of the earth. Right? Again, verse 14, yes, prepare attack to Babylon, all you surrounding nations. Let your archers shoot at her. Spare no arrows, so don't spare no nuclear missiles. Don't waste them. Save it for America, man. They got perfect aim. They're about to hit this place. America will be touched by nuclear missiles, man. It will be touched by nuclear missiles. Everybody keep thinking like because everything is normal right now. Like I said, everything is normal. Everything is full of comfort. Everything is comfortable. But America will be touched by nuclear missiles. Best believe that. America's not going to go unscathed, man. It's going to be worse than that Pearl Harbor bullshit. It's going to be worse than all the different wars that we had before. The third war coming quickly. World War III is the last war, and this war is coming fast, man. This place is going to get destroyed. It will not stand. It's going to be overwhelmed by all these different nuclear missiles that these nations are going to bring upon this place. Right? Let your archers shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord. See, her sins, her sins have reached the heavens, man. You know, constantly oppressing our people. This place is totally anti-Messiah. Everything the Lord stands for, America goes against. You know, it allows the gay marriage shit. You know, these pastors ain't shit. You know, set these pastors in front of you, giving you all these false gods, giving you all this false hope. All that shit is going to lead to nothing but destruction, man. 15, shout war cries against her from every side. Look, she surrenders. Her walls have fallen. See, the land of unwalled villages. Her walls has fallen. It is Yahweh's vengeance. So take vengeance on her. Do to her as she has done to others. You see that? do to her as she has done it, and that's that big payback. Everything that America has done to others is going to come back to her, man. Just how America has constantly been oppressing all these different nations and oppressing the Lord's people, it's the same thing that's going to happen here, right? Stealing the resources, stealing their gold, stealing their oil. Everything that America has done, it has to come back on them, man. Right? Again, it says, verse 15, shout war cries against her from every side. It says, look, she surrenders. Her walls have fallen. It is Yahweh's vengeance, so take vengeance on her, do to her as she has done to others. Right? So it's only fair that the same, like I said, the same thing that she has done to others, only fair that it come back to her. Just how we built America, it's only fair that the so-called white man builds our kingdom. Just how they took us into captivity, it's only fair that we take them into captivity. Right? Job 18, now we're going to jump at Job 18, chapter 18, verse 5 to 21 out of NLT, and see, this is spirit, because Kingdom Minded went on, GMS Kingdom Minded went in on this morning. It says, surely the light of the wicked shall be stuffed out. The sparks of their fire will not glow. So their light is going to be put out, man. Right now, you know, America has that light. You know, it has that green light to do as it pleases right now, to make these laws, to constantly oppress our people. It has the green light to be as wicked as it can be, only because the Lord allows it. But it says, surely the light of the wicked will be snuffed out. How is it going to be snuffed out? By Yahweh Shah. The sparks of the fire will not glow. It says the light in their tent will grow dark. You see that? So the America will become soon, the light of America will become darkness, man, through Yahweh Shah. And it's not like physical darkness. Yeah, it is going to be physical darkness because of the fact that the power grid is going to go down, and America is going to have a nationwide blackout. But it's talking about basically the triumph of the wicked, the success of the wicked, right? The power of the wicked. Said the light of their tent will grow dark. The lamp hanging above them will be quenched. And GMS Kingdom Minded said that back in the day, they used to have olive oil lamps that would light all night, right? But see, the Lord is going to blow that candle out, man. And once the Lord blow that candle out, it's a wrap. There's no more coming back from there. Once America gets destroyed, this place will be desolate. It will never be built back up again. Everything that you see, all the infrastructure, you know, all the laws and legislation, anything that has anything to do with Esau in America will be destroyed and will be forgotten. Even his lineage will be destroyed, right? Verse 7, it said, the confident stride of the wicked will be shortened. Their own schemes will be their downfall. So the schemes of the MOTB, the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip, will be their downfall, right? Anybody that takes that RFID microchip, that's going to be their downfall, right? Anybody that clings to this place is going to get destroyed right along with it, right? The confident stride. So, Esau thinks he got his money and power by himself. It was given to him, man. You know, Esau's nothing but a fucking caveman. They come from the goddamn caves, man. The Lord gave this man power. This man just didn't have his power by himself. The Lord gave him the spirit to have his power, man, because we was going off. The Lord gave him the spirit to take peace away from the earth. He had the power of the sword, man. You understand what I'm saying? So that power of the sword is able to take peace away from the earth. But he think he got all that by himself. You know what I'm saying? He got all it because the Lord hardened his heart to make him greedy, to make him war hungry, to make him greedy, war hungry, to make him sinful, to make him more wicked. That's how he did Pharaoh, to harden his heart. So he's hardened Esau's heart to constantly come up against the Lord's people, constantly break up his laws, to constantly sanction this place and get this place destroyed, man. Right here it says the wicked walk into a net, the 2/3 and Esau, Edom, these different nations. They fall into a pit. It says a trap grabs them by the heel, a snare holds them tight, a noose lies hidden on the ground, a rope is stretched across their path. See, and that's what goes back to him, because Esau is a cunning hunter. That's how he hunts. He sets traps for people. You know what I'm saying? Just like he said, hey, that sea stuff, them jabs that the sea stuff has, oh, that can save you. You won't get that C-19 crap if you take that jab. But yet, as soon as you take that jab, your ass is getting blood clots in your heart. People died from heart attack once they took that sea stuff, right? So, just how they set traps for us, the Lord is going to set a trap for them. You know, the Lord is going to allow them to think that they have the power. The Lord is going to allow them to think that they are going to destroy these different nations and stay in power forever. But see, that's the trap. That greed, that what it say, the heart of thy pride have deceived thee, right? So the heart of that pride have deceived these people, man. These people really think America's gonna be here forever. They really think they're gonna reign. They even got the Project Blue Beam. They even got a NASA spaceship up in the heavens, man. Just so when Esau returns in the chariot, when Yahweh returns, not Esau. So when Yahweh returns with the chariots, they're gonna try to battle those chariots, man. Right? That's how bold and prideful that this man is. That's how stupid this motherfucker is, man. Though his heart and his heart so cold that he really think he's about to be able to compete with the Lord's chariots, man. Right? All right. Verse 11. It says that terror surround the wicked and trouble them at every step. Hunger depletes their strength, and calamity awaits for them that stumble. Disease eats their skin, death devours their limbs. They are torn from security of their homes and are brought down to the king of terrors. Who is that king of terrors? That's Yahweh Shai. Y'all think Esau is the most scariest man on this earth? It will seem like it once we go through this Jacob's trouble and everybody gets tortured and all that stuff, it will seem like he's the scariest man on earth. But in all reality, if you understand the scriptures, the man who has control over life and death, the man that has control over what disease he puts on you. You know, you got people out here that got big ass tumors on the side of their fucking face. You got people out here that has autism and then they're blind. You got people out here that's limbless, that's brainless, that's bugged the fuck out. That's the scariest shit you can do is pray to a different God. White Jesus is not gonna save you in a time of trouble. You motherfuckers that's praying to Allah, y'all praying to white Jesus, y'all praying to this Buddhism. Hey, y'all bugged the fuck out, man, because all those different guys do not mean shit. They ain't not gonna save you in a time of trouble. Those different guys ain't gonna be able to do shit for you, right? It's the one true power, Yahweh Shai. And that's why he's coming again, man, because his name, there's a ring down here on this earth. His name rings in the heaven, but he has to get a respect down here on earth, man. People don't seem to understand that. Blaspheming his name, changing his image, changing the names, making him look like some soft, weak-ass Edomite man. When the Bible says the Lord was an austere, brown, so-called black man with woolly hair. The reason they changed the image because the Lord was so intimidating looking. He was intimidated, was scared how he looked, man. And also, too, they didn't want to fathom that a true God would be a so-called black man. A dark-skinned so-called black man. The darker you are, the bigger the threat you are. Right? Verse 14, they are turned from the past security in their homes. The homes of the wicked were, they were brought down to the king of terrors. Yeah, that's Yahweh Shai. Verse 15. Verse 15. The homes of the wicked will burn down. Burning sulfur rains on their houses. Verse 16, what's them sulfur rains? That's the nuclear missiles, man. Verse 16, the roots will dry up and the branches will wither. All memory of existence will wither. If you read in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, it says, let us crown ourselves with the rosebuds before they're withered, because they know their time is almost up. Right? So they know their time is almost up. That's why it says, he'll come to me. The Lord is going to come down with great wrath because he knows his time is almost up, roughly paraphrasing. So since this devil knows his time is almost up, he's going to come down with so much great wrath, he's going to try to overwhelm us, man. But see, that's why we got to stay rooted and embedded in Yahweh Shai. Because if your foundation is built on Jesus Christ, if your foundation is built on Allah, or any other God outside of Yahweh Shai, your foundation is going to crumble. There's going to be nothing to save you, man. It says, all memory of their existence will fade from the earth. No one will remember their names, as I said earlier. The infrastructure, the laws of legislation, everything that Esau has put out on this earth, that makes a remembrance of him will be destroyed and will be wiped off the face of this earth. You know what I'm saying? This place will be a complete fucking desert. It will never be able to build back up again. Right? And when they say the end of the world is not the end of the actual world, it's the end of a rulership. Right? The white man's rulership is about to be destroyed, man. And that's why, and then we coming into power. You know, we've been down for so damn long under this man's captivity. Now it's only fair that it returned back to him. Just how we built America, we have to catch him, put him into captivity, and he built our kingdom. Then after 1,000 years, the so-called white man will be wiped off the face of the earth. It's only fair that happens, man. Y'all gonna be wiped off the face of the earth. Period. Every single white person that descendants come back to Esau will be wiped off the face of the earth. Your judgment is slavery. Then after 1,000 years, your ass is going to be evaporated off the face of the earth. Period. Right? It says, again, all memory of their existence will fade from the earth. No one will remember their names. They will be thrust from light into darkness, driven from the world. They will have neither children nor grandchildren. Like I said, their lineage is going to be destroyed. All The whole family tree of Esau, Edom is going to be burned down and withered up and shriveled down and never be able to grow again, man. Right? Ever. They will have neither children nor grandchildren nor any survivor or in the place where they live. People in the west are appalled at their fate. People in the east are horrified. They would say, this is the home of a wicked person, the place of the one who rejected Yahweh. So America, again, is anti-Messiah. It rejects Yahweh, Yahweh. It gives you Yahshua. It gives you Yahweh. It rejects Yahweh, Yahweh. It gives you Jesus Christ. It rejects Yahweh, Yahweh. It gives you Allah. It rejects Yahweh, Yahweh. And give you Buddhism. It rejects Yahweh, Yahweh and give you Trump and give you Biden. It gives you all these different things that knows won't save you in a time of trouble to keep you away from your power, man. Right? So let's continue. All right, we got the 30-minute mark. We're going to continue on the last precept. We're going to go to Job chapter 20. Chapter 20, verse 6 to 29 out of the NLT. And it says, starting at verse 6, it says, so the pride of the godless reaches the heavens, and their heads touch the clouds. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone Bobadiah, the heart of that pride had deceived thee. They think their head is held too high. They're not humble. They're too prideful. They think they can't be brought down. It says, though the pride of the godless reaches the heavens and they touch the clouds, yet they will vanish forever. Again, they will be destroyed forever, wiped off the face of this earth forever. Away like their own dung. Those who know them will ask, where are they? They will fade like a dream and not be found. They will vanish like a vision in the night. Those who once saw them will see them no more. Their families will never see them again. Esau's whole lineage is going to be destroyed, man. His whole lineage. This shit is going to be destroyed and will not be able to ever be built back up again, man. Right? Ever. Everything that you remember this place, the infrastructure, just like how the Roman Empire passed away. Just how the Egyptian Empire passed away, the Babylonian Empire passed away. America will have the same fate. The only difference is this place will not be built back up again. And Israel has to get hit too, because Israel has to be cleansed, man. You got all those faggot Israelis over there, you know, what is it? Those faggot Israelis over there, you know, hosting the biggest Pride parade in Israel. You got the small hats over there. You know, that place has to get cleansed too. America, all these places are tainted. Tainted by Esau, Edom, and his laws and philosophies, man. They've been sipping that Babylon juice. Right? So again, like I said, they're going to vanish forever, man. This place will never be able to be brought back up again. They will fade like a dream and will not be found. They will vanish like a vision in the night. And also, too, if you read the Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, it's the wicked reasoning with themselves. It says a lot of this. It says a lot of the similar things, just like in Job, right here, Job 18 and in Job 20. It all ties in together, right? In verse 9 it says, those who once saw them will never see them no more. Their families will never see them again. See, like I said, the whole family tree of Esau, Edom is going to be destroyed. The lineage will be destroyed. They're not going to get to enjoy the kingdom like the different nations. The different nations are going to have their time in the captivity too. But after that 1,000 years of being in the captivity, they're going to enjoy the righteous ways of living. Because what it say, Proverbs 29:2, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn, but when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Right? So when the righteous are authority, that's when everything is going to flourish properly how it's supposed to be. Because right now, we under this hand of Esau, Edom right now. We under the power of the so-called white man. Right? And when we under the power of the so-called white man, everything is mourning because, like I said, all he promotes is death, oppression, anxiety, you know what I'm saying, toxicity, if I'm saying it, shit that's toxic, not just, physically toxic, but, mentally, nothing here is good for you. Everything that, like I said, everything that you touch is lead to death, like I said, from the food, to the air you breathe, to the water you drink, to the things they put on TV, to the things you consume in your body, all of that, man. All of that stuff leads to death. So Esau in America has to be destroyed, man. This is the land, what did Job call it? The land of the shadow of the valley of death, a place without order. This place has no order. It's anti-Messiah, right? Verse 10, it said, their children will beg, those who once saw them, their children will beg from the poor, for they must give back their stolen riches, right? Their children, so in the kingdom, we are considered the poor man, right now. So in the kingdom, we're going to be the rich man, and the roles is going to be reversed. And it said the children will beg from the poor. And even now to this day, you walk around here, it's more homeless Edomites. You see over in California, it's 7 million people are homeless over there, man. Right? And nowadays when you walk around, you see more homeless Edomites begging the poor for money, when we supposed to be considered the poor, but they begging us for money. Right? That just can show you the curses are finally hitting this place. The curses are finally hitting these different nations, especially Esau, Edom. Right? It says their children will beg from the poor, for they must give back their stolen riches. Right? They must give back that inheritance. You know, Revelation 2:9 and Revelation 3:9. You know, they are the false Jews, man. And they're going to get destroyed. It says, though they are young, their bones will lie in the dust. They enjoyed the sweet taste of wickedness, letting it melt their tongue. So they enjoyed their time here, man, of wickedness, to create wickedness and sin and wreak havoc on the Lord's people and all on this earth. Hell, the whole earth is mourning. Not just the people, but the earth physically is mourning, man. Right? They enjoyed the sweet taste of wickedness, letting it melt under their tongue. They savored it, holding it long in their mouths. But suddenly the food in their bellies turned sour, a poisonous venom in their stomach. They will vomit the wealth they swallowed. Yahweh won't let them keep it down. They will suck the poison of cobra. See, everything here has an expiration date. Even Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom has an expiration date. His expiration date is faster than ours. This man can't even populate like we can. Right? See, even though he's putting all this poison in our food, we still outliving Esau, Edom. Even though he's poisonous with these foods. Why? Because that's the spirit of the Lord. Right? So the Lord is not going to let them enjoy their greed and enjoy all this wickedness for too long. Eventually, the Lord is going to bring them down low. Eventually, the Lord is going to bring on them what he has done to us. It says, they will never again enjoy the streams of olive oil and rivers of milk and honey. So they're not going to be able to enjoy all the riches and all the wealth that they have here now, man. They're not going to be able to enjoy it. Because the Lord is going to bring this place down low. The Lord is going to make him feel lower than dirt. He's going to be small among the nations because of everything that he's done to the Lord's people and everything he's done to all these different nations. It says, their wealth will bring them no joy. So even their wealth won't be able to save you. So Esau is doing all this time, you know, destroying all these different nations, you know, building up and stacking up his riches just so it won't save him in a time of trouble. Proverbs 11:4, right? Your riches won't save you in a time of trouble, Esau. You know what I'm saying? Your power won't save you in a time of trouble. Your military might won't even save you in a time of trouble. When the Lord returns, this place is getting destroyed, man. And it's not going to be able to ever be built back up. Right? It says, verse 18, they will give back everything they worked for. Their wealth will bring them no joy. For they oppressed the poor, left them destitute. Who is that poor? That's us. That don't mean make us poor in the earth, but poor as in the low to society. You know, we at the base of everything. Esau is at the top, and we are at the base. Right? And left them destitute. They foreclosed on their homes. They were always greedy and never satisfied. Who is that? That's Esau, Edom. He kills for sport. He will kill his brother for greed, man. Right? And it says, nothing remains of all things that they dreamed about. So nothing is left, man. Nothing will be remaining after this place, after the Lord destroyed it. Nothing is left after they finish gorging themselves. Therefore, their prosperity will not endure. In the midst of plenty, they will run into trouble and overcome by misery. So let's go. I got a precept for Job. Damn, I skipped it. I was reading too fast, flowing in the spirit. What's the other precept? Where am I at? For Job, I got a precept for Job 20:19. And it says, their wealth will bring them, for 19 it says, for they oppressed the poor and left them destitute, they foreclosed their homes. So I got a precept for Job 20:19, and we're going to go to Job, let me look at my notes, 24:4. I like it. Oh! Job 24:4, and it says, the poor are pushed off the path, the needy must hide together for safety. See, so we pushed out the way, man. We are at the bottom of this thing. We pushed out the path so Esau can have his way. Right? Esau pushed us off the path, made us desolate, constantly oppressing us, constantly keeping us down so he can have his way, he can have his wealth, right? So again, With 19, it says, for they oppressed the poor and left them destitute. So they're leaving us without nothing. You know, it was once upon a time that that so-called African Americans couldn't even buy homes, man. In certain areas of the world, we couldn't even buy homes for ourselves. We couldn't even, and when we did build things up, you know, like Black Wall Street or anything else that we did for ourselves, Esau came and destroyed it. A lot of people would say, go back to your country, or how about you do this or build this? But yet we do that. And if every single black person tried to leave, you know, Esau would stop that shit, man. Esau would have a whole military thing at the airport to keep us from leaving, man. Same thing when we did like Black Wall Street. We read up Black Wall Street, Esau destroyed the whole place, man. How you doing?
All right.
You coming up here? You coming up to me?
No.
Oh, you walking back?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You good? I was talking about, but not Esau ass out. I didn't know what the hell was going on. All right, let's continue. For the oppressed, the poor, and left them destitute, they foreclosed on their homes. They were always greedy and never satisfied. Nothing remains of the thing that they dreamed about. Verse 21. Nothing is left after they finish gorging themselves. What's the other one? Job 20, 24. Okay. So we get 24. I got another precept at 24 when I get there. In the midst of plenty, they will run into trouble and be overwhelmed by misery. May Yahweh give them a belly full, a belly full of trouble. May Yahweh rain down upon it. It says, may Yahweh rain down his anger upon them. How is he going to rain down them? That's the nuclear missiles, man. Verse 24, when they try to escape, an iron weapon, a bronze-tipped arrow will pierce them. Right? What's that arrow? What's that bronze-tipped arrow? That's the nuclear missiles that the Lord is going to allow to be shut off in this place, man. And it says, when they try to escape, the iron tipped, a bronze-tipped will pierce them. And I got a precept for Job 20:24. We're going to go to Isaiah 24:18. Now we have the book of Isaiah chapter 24, verse 18. And it says, those who flee in the terror will fall into the trap, and those... Wait, is that the right one? Yep, Isaiah 24:18. Yeah, you're right. It says, those who flee in terror will fall into the trap, and those who escape the trap will be caught in the snare. Destruction falls like rain from the heavens, and the foundation of the earth will shake. And that's the nuclear missiles. You know, the rain is gonna, that's the nuclear missiles falling down from the sky, man. You know, hey, you know you're going into captivity? You're gonna be a slave in the kingdom, man. You have to be. We were slaves to y'all. You gotta be slaves to us now. That's how we built America. You gotta build our kingdom. The Lord says a false balance is abomination to the Lord. It's only fair. So eventually we're gonna receive that big payback. You're gonna be building my house just like I built this place. You're gonna be taking care of my children. So remember, I told you this. Right, so let's continue. Again, verse 18, Isaiah 24:18. Those who flee in terror will fall into a trap, and those who escape the trap will be caught in the snare. Destruction falls like rain from the heavens. That's the nuclear missiles. The foundations of the earth will shake. Once the missiles hit, the whole earth is going to be shaking like an earthquake, man. You know, that's the only way America and Israel will get cleansed, through nuclear missiles. The Lord is not going to destroy the earth with water anymore. Now it's going to be with fire. All these, like I said earlier, all these different nations are going to team up against America and shoot missiles over here, and America will be destroyed by nuclear missile fire, man. Right? So let's continue. Verse 25. The arrow is pulled from their back, and the arrowhead glistens with blood. The terrors of death are upon them. Their treasures will be thrown into the deepest darkness. A wildfire will devour their goods and consume all they have. That's the lake of fire. Because America is the lake of fire. Right? After those nuclear missiles hit, America will be on fire all the way to that place is burning and it's deserted, man. This place has to go. All this sin and wickedness that it promotes, it constantly has its people in captivity here. It's only right that America gets destroyed and gets desolate and never be risen up again. It's only fair. Look how it constantly oppresses the Lord's people, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And they think they're going to get away with this shit? Hell no, man. The big payback is coming through the grace and the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Right? And I got another precept for 26. And it says that treasure will be thrown into the deepest darkness. A wildfire will devour their goods, consuming all they have. So a precept for Job 20:26, we're going to go to Psalms 21:19. So, oops, that ain't the right one. So like this. Psalm 21:9. Forgive me. We're gonna start at verse 8, and it says, "You will capture all your enemies." Out of NLT, and it says, "You will capture all your enemies. Your strong right hand will seize all who hate you." Who are the ones who hate us? The so-called white man hating the so-called black man since the day we came into this earth. It all started from the womb, man. Jacob and Esau, they were battling in Rebekah's womb, right? And it says, "You will capture all your enemies. Your strong right hand will seize all those who hate you." So that's all these different nations. We will hold them in captivity. You will throw them in a flaming furnace when you appear. That's the lake of fire. Yahweh would consume them in his anger, in his anger, fire would devour them. So all these different nations of Esau is going to be devoured in this fire, in the lake of fire, man. It's only fair that this shit happens, man. Right? Excuse me, I mean to call it shit. It's only fair that this happens. Verse 27, "The heavens will reveal their guilt, and the earth will testify against them." So the Lord is going to expose this place, which he's already exposing. Look at the stuff like, if you look at articles like the People's Voice, they put out articles that the news doesn't expose, like the adrenochrome. You know, how a lot of these celebrities are injecting children's blood into their body. And how they're doing that, look how many kids are being kidnapped, right? Look how many kids are being sex trafficked, right? And every single person that takes that adrenochrome plays a huge part. You got planes that exposes chemtrails in the air, right? You got articles that exposes that chemtrails in there that's destroying our people. How you doing? Thank you. You have what else? They're exposing the poison in our foods, poison in our water. You know, all these different things is exposing this place. So again, it says the heavens will reveal their guilt. That's how they're revealing. Look at the Epstein Island list. Look at all the people that's on that goddamn list, man. You know, the Lord is exposing these people to show you how wicked they are, to show you how not to follow them. But yet 2/3 want to still believe on this man. 2/3 want to still trust in this place. 2/3 want to still believe on Esau, Edom. The heavens will reveal their guilt, and the earth will testify against them. A flood will sweep away their house. Yahweh's anger will descend on them in torrents. If I'm saying it right. What's that word? Let me look it up real quick. Hopefully I'm saying it right. It says Yahweh's anger will descend on them in torrents. It's like, I'm trying to look the word up real quick. Oh man. Oh my God. Won't let me click on it how I usually do. Well, whatever. It says we'll descend on them in torrents. This is the reward that Yahweh gives the wicked. It is the inheritance decreed by Yahweh. So this is the wicked's inheritance, man. You know, we're going to inherit the kingdom. They're going to inherit the lake of fire, death and destruction and judgment. Nuclear missiles. While we ain't getting no celestial body, while we being beamed up, them nukes going to be coming down, man. Right? And that's that great salvation. While we getting beamed up in those chariots, while people want to believe it's UFOs and all these different things, well, they are UFOs. People want to believe that they're aliens. Those aliens are coming back to save a certain amount of people, you know, and that won't be the so-called white man. He will not be able to build back up here. He will not be able to rise. It's only fair that he inherited his judgment and death just like we inherited. Hey, we inherited our judgment right now. Right now we cursed. Right now we in the white man's kingdom. So it's only fair that he gets put in our kingdom and becomes enslaved just like he enslaved us. Isaiah 14:2, right? Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword shall be killed with the sword. So again, this is the big payback that's coming on to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man in America. Right? Let's read that last part once again. It says 29. This is the reward. So the Lord is coming back. When he comes back, he's coming back with a reward. And the reward is not always going to be good. The reward is going to be salvation or judgment. And Esau's reward is going to be decreed by the Lord, and it's going to be nothing but judgment, man. These nuclear missiles, right? So that was the last that I had. Just wanted to bring that out, man. This is the big payback, and that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on the Lord to return, man. Right? Yahweh is on his way. So again, we want to face the east. To give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Bakakwadash. All praise and double honors again to the elders of the Apostle of the Great Millstone. And I truly hope this lesson was edifying. We're gonna say Shalom.